1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This isn't actually my audition for Sesame Street. These are some of the most common passwords in this country.
Just numbers?
Yeah, just in order too, but also password 1, password 2, password 3, password 4, football, baseball, 1, 2, 3, 4, password, but instead of an O, it's a 0. These are all of the top 10 most common passwords in this country, and now a lot of places are creating some variations of that, but we're all doing the same variation. So if they're like, you have to add something, almost everybody adds either an exclamation point or an asterisk, and the capital that you have to add is almost always the very first letter in the word.
Yeah, making it easy. Hello.
And if they do numbers, their capital they add is almost always an A.
I just get annoyed because you have to change them so frequently. Some of them that have to be a certain length, that drives me insane. And it's hard to remember all these passwords. So that's why you have to just stick with something simple that you can rotate through.
So knowing that this is this bad, maybe we have, and obviously don't tell us what service or your email or user or anything like that, but maybe just tell us how bad is it for you? A little comfort in numbers. How bad are you with passwords? Because I'm going to admit, all of my passwords are variations of like the same 2 or 3 things, all of them.
That's how mine is. It's like this word with numbers that just constantly go up because you have to change it. Okay, now we're just going to go to the next number.
And there's nothing more infuriating that when you know, okay, all of my passwords are like one of these 2, 3 things. When you're sitting there and it's like, not the password, not the password, not the password. Oh, you try 2 more times, you're being locked out. It drives you nuts because like, that's the only things I use. What ridiculous thing did I have to make up for this?
That's how the ones where you can't get in, and then or when you're redoing it and you're trying it again, and then you finally do forget password, and then you put your new one in, and it says can't use an old password. I tried that one. Why didn't you let me in?
Let me in. I just want to change my streaming service.
It gets too complicated.
Do you ever find yourself, as you're guessing the passwords, like, depending on what website or service or app it is, thinking about, like, okay, I was about this old when I signed up for this, or this is where I was in life, because depending on what age you were using different passwords at the time.
Do you want to know how bad one of them is? I have one that I got this service when I was very young, like teenager, late teens. The password is Julia is a loser. That's my sister.
Do you still use that for a lot of stuff? Does that still speak to you?
No, it doesn't. But it's something that my family shared, so everyone would have to type it in. Julia is a loser.
Nicely done.
I thought it was great.
So we're not using that, huh?
Well, we're not using it.
We like her more now?
We're not using it anymore, but back then. And so it lasted for a while where like we were getting older and my mom would be like, what's the password again for this? And I'm like, Julia is a loser. And she's like, what's the password? I'm like, that is the password.
Dude, what's up? Dude, what's up? You had your dude, where's my car moment.
Yeah.
That really is the password.
Amy, stop being mean to your sister. What's the password? I'm like, that is the password.
Also a statement of fact.
Yes.
How bad is your password situation? Are you part of the problem?
I've always been pretty protective of my stuff, and I don't think that I've really ever used a lame password, but I always use something that I remember because I'm terrible at remembering them. So I am guilty of using a very similar password for a lot of the same stuff.
Okay, so you are a victim of that much. Is it? And you thought it was maybe a little bit more unique, or?
What's your password?
Well, I'm sure mine's bad too, but that's what I was asking you, like one of your old ones.
It's what's your password?
So the password is, what's your password? Borderline genius.
I like that one. That's a good one.
So the password actually is, what's your password?
Do you remember our old IT guy who would have to make passwords for us? And they would be like long, actual like phrase type things or crazy
Jack
letters.
and Jill went up the hill, 5 *! -3.
Where did he even come up with these?
I don't know. I think he was a messed up man.
But because like most passwords are like password 1, 2, 3 or things like that. And then it's like change it to whatever you want. His were like strange sayings.
You know what the funny thing is one era in this building, like 13, 14, 15 years ago, I was assigned, like, we got new email addresses, like, here's your password, and I got this little sheet of paper, like the size of a business card. It's like, you might want to hang on to this because this weird series of things that is your password. You can't change it for X amount of days. That ridiculous thing that I thought, I'm never going to memorize this. That ridiculous password is my password for like everything. And a lot of like my shared family stuff and my wife's stuff. And like that is the go-to password now because it is the most convoluted gibberish ever.
When I first moved into the apartment I'm living at now, so this was like right around COVID, so 6 years ago, they weren't sending people out to set up internet, so you had to do it yourself. I am not an IT tech master, but I'm not even just great at IT. So I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I had so many issues. I was on the phone with them trying to set it up. Finally, my friend's husband has to come over and set it up for me. And then they said, well, you could, your password to get in your internet is your internet name. And it's all these crazy letters and numbers. And I thought, no one's going to know that. Leave it. I was the only one in my building who just had this like crazy name. I think people were realizing it. Someone was trying to control my TV. We ended up having to change it and put a lock on my Wi-Fi.
So it didn't work out so well.
No.
Now, the most common passwords in America are kind of embarrassing. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, password 1, password 2, password 1 with a capital P. How bad is your password situation? Has it ever caused you problems before? I mean, somebody sniffs that out. Boy, talk about an easy way to hack somebody, like all their entities.
Isn't that why they say not to have that like one
exactly
master
right.
password that you use for everything? Because once they figure it out, they can try for other things. And then it's just like boom, 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 unlocking all these doors.
It's embarrassing, too, when you know, like, somebody has gone into your stuff or whatever, and it's like, oh, boy, I wonder how that happened, as you're rolling around knowing full well that your password was password. I don't know how they decoded that.
Someone said for a while, I realized I didn't need to have a password when it asked me to reset it. I just had to double click any key to get in my computer. IT was not very impressed with me for that.
Well, how many of us, I mean, we want to talk about loosey-goosey passwords. You got an iPhone? How many of us have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6?
Or how about the fact that a lot of us have, like at our work desk, we have to have passwords, but then it's like on a Post-it note next to the computer.
Uh-huh, yep.
The password's right
Same.
there. Yeah.
Well, so that's in the studio here, too. They're like,
We
I'm
do.
sorry, security requires that even the studio computers, even though there's only 4 people that go into this room, we're going to have to put a password on this computer. It has been taped to this monitor for years. Anyone could walk in here and get on this
Dusty,
computer.
gross, yeah.
Why just not turn off the password? Sorry, it's got to be there. You do know we have it taped to the monitor, right?
The password
Yeah.
is right there.
But you got to do it. What if the hackers come in? Well, the hacker probably figure out there's a Post-it note there that says the password.
Someone said my Wi-Fi password used to be on the wall, like the phrase on the wall. So when people would ask what the Wi-Fi password was, I would say it's on the wall. And people would search for a while looking for it before asking again.
That's super funny.
I like that one.
How bad is your password situation?
I have a really funny one, but when I was growing up, I had a cat, and we named him after the Ninja Turtles. We named him Michelangelo. But that was really long. So because Michelangelo liked to party, we called him Party Dude. And since I was a little girl, I would call him Dude, and I added a Y, so it became Duty. And when I was thinking of password for my email, like my first one, my brother did it, and it has to be 6 characters. He had to write DOODIE. And I used that for years, and my password was Duty. But if I ever have to tell anyone over the phone for them to access my account or anything, it's really embarrassing.
You know what, and I know this isn't really the story you're trying to tell, but if people are directly asking you your password on the phone, I think maybe you're not talking to where you think you are.
But there's never been times like at work. I know there's been a time where Joel D, his account wasn't working to get onto a computer, and he called me and he's like, "Can I sign into yours?" And then you have to share your password, and you feel weird, but then it's embarrassing on what your password is.
Sure, Duty 7. Super Biker 69.
Someone said when Millsbury with a computer game was a thing, the username I wanted was already used, so they gave me a random 5 number to add onto it. I still use that for all my passwords, and that was from 4th grade.
That's funny though, because once you've had it memorized, like, why would you change it? I guess.
For a while, I used to use my old phone number.
Oh, there
And
you
I
go.
liked
That's clever.
because I'm like, I've had that memorized since I was a child.
Then when people actually ask for your phone number, you're probably about to say the wrong thing. You're like, no, actually.
No, don't even get me started on
Wrong.
phone numbers. Do you know how many times, like for my personal life, I'm at appointments or things like that, or
a good
leaving
number for you.
voicemails, and I have to give a phone number, and I give 701-237 hits, and I'm like, wait,
That's my work. Like,
that's
figured.
my work number.
You can call, text, or voice memo me. Oh, yeah?